All right, guys. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy team call. Really excited for tonight's call. It may not be the full hour. It's a little bit more logistical, but we want to help you guys get a little bit organized and share what we're doing and have you brainstorm a little bit for your own business in the last 60 days of the year. Before I jump in, why don't I open it up for recognition? If anybody has some, take yourself off mute.
I'll go. I just wanted to officially welcome Dana. This is her first ever coach call. She literally just enrolled as a coach yesterday. She has been doing these programs with me since June and has been an absolute rock star. And the best part about doing this is just watching her grow, because she started and she wasn't really sure if she could follow through with the workouts, and she totally did and proved herself wrong. And she didn't even realize it until she got that 50 workout badge. And so I am super excited to do this with you. And she is very excited as well. And I know we're just putting together the November training group, and she wanted to hop on anyway. So she's here. So welcome.
Kudos to her for getting on. Way to go. Way to jump in the game. I want to shout out a couple people. Welcome Shauna Rosian, who's just joined Every Effort as the newest coach. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to show you guys. And I'm going to just keep doting on her, but this girl's transformation is the biggest one that we've seen in the sisterhood in a really long time. She has poured her heart and soul into these programs for a while now. And the coolest thing is that her mom is all in on it with her and also has a banging transformation. So I'm really excited about how she starts sharing that with the people in her community. I want to shout out Chanel for getting her emerald back. She had a mission and she saw to it. So way to go. I want to shout out Megan Bellman for niching down. As such a brand new coach, it's really impressive to see somebody who grabs their niche by the balls, for lack of a better word, and just runs with it. And she is working to directly help corporate women, and just has a very clear idea of who it is that she wants to help. And it's really inspiring to see her step into this so early on in the game. I want to shout out Krista Bianchini. I think that's how I say your last name, who's so brand new as well and already having the coach conversation with women who are following her. And today was leaning into our community to ask how she does that. And I think it's so important because we've been having a lot of conversations lately with coaches saying that they really don't know how to approach the topic, especially when you're so new. And so to see that she's doing this with so much confidence and grace, just reminds me of how good she is at this and how well she's stepping into the role. So big shout outs, and I can't wait to see you all this weekend. I'm so excited.
Anyone else before we kick off? So what Erin is talking about is Ottawa is having, or every quarter, Beachbody does what's called Super Weekend. And for anybody that doesn't know, and you can find a local event near you. Most major cities host one, some don't. You can just look up your postal code or your zip code in the back office. But Erin's not being very inclusive by saying see you all this weekend, because some of us don't live in Ottawa and will not be seeing you guys this weekend. So
okay, but all the people on my screen currently are in Ottawa, so I can't see the rest of you guys because I'm on my phone. Just saying. Courtney, we will miss you.
Yeah, but super exciting. And last week I shouted you out, and Ashton, I'm so excited to hear you guys speak. That's going to be really exciting. So hopefully someone streams it in the coach page. I'm not going to one this weekend. There isn't one in Vegas anymore, and I'm not traveling right now. So yeah, but I'm not driving 5 hours for Super Weekend in November. Another time of year I maybe would. Anyone else have recognition before we kick on? Okay. So let's get this going. We are talking tonight about a marketing calendar. And I just want to preface this by saying that you are not behind. You are not failing. This is, anything that I say tonight, they're just suggestions. We're here to help you guys, encourage you guys. This is literally something I started doing 2 days ago. It's just, that's the way this business goes, is that anything I learn, I want to share with you guys, because there's someone out there that needs that sort of pivot and needs that encouragement in their business. I also want to encourage you to think about this as a business owner, not as somebody trying to hit Success Club. Because I think often when it comes to what you're posting on social or what group you might be hosting, you're just grasping at straws to hit the milestones or the benchmarks that Beachbody puts in place for you, as opposed to thinking about it like a business owner and really putting a plan in place that helps you. Because I know there's a lot of women on this call that only have about an hour a day to run this business. And if you know what you're talking about, it's going to be a lot easier when you go to sit down and do that hour of work for the day if you already know what your game plan is. So this was sort of motivated by, or it was motivated by my mentorship with Mel Mitro that I shared I was doing. I'm doing a one-on-one sort of 6-month course with her. And because our last call was on November 1st, we started talking about what the game plan was and what I was talking about, what I was advertising, that kind of thing. And so she really had me break it down throughout the month. So she said, okay, so what are you advertising right now? And I said, okay, right now I'm going to do Healthy Obsession. She's like, okay, and what about it? And I was like, how do you mean? She's like, what's special about it? What do you have to offer? Why would someone join you as opposed to someone else's Healthy Obsession group? What's your unique approach to Healthy Obsession? I was like, okay, I think when I did 80-Day Obsession, it was all about the nutrition for me. I kind of half-assed the workouts, but it was because I learned that nutrition plan for the very first time that I really saw results. I had a huge breakthrough in terms of my learning with nutrition. She's like, okay, so your group is going to be focused around nutrition. It can't just be about your transformation, because that's kind of a thing of the past. It's about them, right? So your group is going to be more about how I can help you learn about your nutrition, blah, 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 right? So that was just sort of like a brainstorming example that I went through with her. And we talked about this last week on the call when we were talking about niching down, right? Having these probing conversations. But I want to encourage you, whatever it is that is coming up for you, whatever group you are advertising for right now, to really step back. And we're going to have some time at the end of this call where we talk about, where we do some action and we actually plan it out together. But I want you to think about what do you have to offer that would make anyone want to join? So I was like, okay, I'm going to create a meal plan and name it something, right? So that's going to be a free giveaway. I'm going to, that is just a PDF that I can create. And listen, guys, this could be on Microsoft Word. Actually easier for someone to print. This doesn't have to be fancy. This is not for you to start doing all the pretty busy work. This is just adding value, right? And before you go out and advertise it, click on my poll to join my group, you have to have these tools in place so that you have some confidence behind that invitation, right? So what she had me do, which I found really, really helpful, was in my calendar for November, block all this off. So I have from November 1st to November 7th, I am talking about Healthy Obsession. Now, that's 7 days. That's it. On November 8th, when no one signed up in your group and you're feeling desperate to say, actually, 2 more days, you're not going to do that. Okay? If no one signs up from the 1st to the 7th and it's Monday the 8th, you're starting your program and you're carrying the F on, because you're a business owner and you need to follow this marketing plan. And that actually was really exciting to me, because instead of feeling like a failure, it was next, this is a business. What am I focusing on next, right? And if you're a newer coach, that's why sometimes it can be really helpful to partner with people for groups so that not all the pressure is on you to have a big turnout, right? Or maybe you're doing it in your existing community and that's fine too. But so for me, it's going to be the 1st to the 7th is Healthy Obsession. Now, when I think about 7 days to post, here's the thing. For day 1, go live. Talk about what your plan is, okay? So that should mean that you should have like 3 lives on your Instagram every month because you're going to have sort of 3 different focuses. The first section is for, months might change, but I'm just going to give you an example of mine, right? So it's Healthy Obsession. So I went live today. I talked about it. I talked about what my unique offering was, why it's different than just pressing play, and what I'm going to offer in the group, and what kind of, things I'm going to be talking about. Now for the next bunch of days, what I really want to do is sit down and think about the woman that I can help. So if I really think about this, I'm like, who's going to be coming in my group? Literally, it's the girl that's like drinking 3 Diet Cokes a day, probably smoking, like appetite suppressant style, under eating during the day, binge eating at night, maybe drinking wine at night, so she's not able to get up in the morning. Like, I'm going to start brainstorming all the problems that my ideal customer has, and I'm going to write them down. And those are going to become some of the pain points that I talk about in my posts for the next 7 days. What should feel really exciting about this, guys, is that you don't have to do this all month long. You're speaking to her problems right now because you're recruiting for this specific group. And then on November 8th, we're going to have a new focus and you're going to be doing something different. It's always going to come back to that type of person you want to work with, because you don't want to be speaking to everybody, which we talked about last week, right? This platform has a program for everyone, a nutrition plan for anyone. Like, that's speaking to no one, right? But if you actually like really nail down on the type of woman that you want in this group, it's going to be a lot easier to create your content, because then you can do things like, and this is stuff like I should do a whole maybe power hour on creating this type of stuff, because I have, like, for example, a note section and it just says hooks. X ways my addictive personality has become my superpower. How to not be a victim mindset versus empowering mindset. 3 ways to turn a weakness into your win. If I could go back and tell myself, used to be addicted to X, now addicted. So think of a bunch. So you have your list of problems. Now just think of a bunch of post ideas and put that on a piece of paper. And now you have 7 days. You're launching a program or you're launching a group. You have some post ideas and you have a focus. You don't want to be selling every single day. You want to be adding value. So tomorrow I should do something like, when I first started doing these programs, I had no idea where to start with my nutrition. I actually figured out that I was really under eating. So in this group, I'm going to help women with the top 3 ways, or with the, whatever, you get what I'm saying, right? I'm going to help women figure out how much they should be eating for their body type, or I'm going to help women with the first 3 things they need to do if they're an under-eater and binge eater, right? So just like trying to think of those things that will help that woman, and she's gonna be like, oh yeah, I kind of do need that. And all of a sudden maybe actually thinking about joining your group instead of just being like an angry Karen on the couch tapping through. Because there's probably a lot of people that are watching your stories and you are just white noise to them, guys. They're probably never going to join you unless you start speaking to them and you start showing a little bit of value that you have to offer. Disclaimer, if you're brand new, Dana, just focus on sharing your journey. Don't get too caught up in all this, right? I love that you're on the call and there's going to be other women like you sprinkled in here, right? I'm just pointing you out because she welcomed you, but stay in your lane, right? Like, you're sharing your journey, be a beginner. It's the most important thing. If you're a seasoned coach or you're finding your groove, guys, time to step up and follow this model, okay? So I launched my Healthy Obsession. It's November 7th. I had 1 person join. I wish I had 5. My ego's hurting. It's time to move on. So for me, what I've decided to do from the 8th to the 13th is work on a freemium. And that is like a free downloadable thing. I have no idea what it's going to be yet, but that's my plan. And I'm just still working on my healthy obsession content. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. I just know that I'm going to pivot. And my goal is going to be to offer some value and to collect emails. If you're a newer coach and you don't have email systems and things like that set up, I would say a really good plan. Stop, buddy. Okay, I'll be open. I would say a really good plan would be to host a free group. Open a Facebook group, think about a topic, and host a free group. No more than 3 days, a 3-day max free group on whatever. There's so many resources in Mompreneur, in Crush Nation. Kim has all her free group resources there in her file section. Like, just run a free group. And honestly, guys, it's just a way to network. It's just a way to like get people involved and get talking. And hopefully you can relate it to something that you feel, you know, you've been successful at, and like that's like something that, you know, has been a part of your personal transformation. But it doesn't have to be. It could be a pain point for you and something that you just personally want to work through. And so you're asking people to do it with you. Be prepared. And Mel Nitro told me this when I did the masterclass. She's like, I want you to be prepared for 2 people to win that call. And I was like, oh, like that really hurt in my belly. But if I really think about it, it's the reason that so many of you are probably not putting yourselves out there and doing things like this, right? Because you're afraid no one's going to be on it. So just a lot of people have been asking, like, how did the masterclass go? Like, how many people did you enroll? All that kind of stuff. So I wanted to do a little bit of update on that. Mel really helped me roll that out. She is so freaking organized and gave me a 7-day webinar rollout plan. Literally, it was like 7 days before the webinar, this is what you need to do. 6 days before, 5 days before. So I felt really great about doing that. I was prepared for the 2 people. I ended up having 53 people enrolled, which was great. A lot of them were coaches, which was not so great. But if it helped them, or if it helped you, if it gave you ideas or inspired you, then that's a win for me too. I ended up having 15 people that I couldn't find. So it was a huge learning experience, because when you do a form, sometimes you can make those fields required, and I didn't check them off as required. I didn't have Instagram name there. So I had a lot of people just put their name, their email, and maybe even their name was like a nickname, like they clearly didn't want to be found, right? So that was a huge learning opportunity for me. And I had 15 people I couldn't even find out of that list. And then I had 7 really great leads, which was really exciting. And I've had 1 person sign up. I really wanted 5 new coaches to sign up, and I felt really confident that that was going to happen. But I have to understand that it's month 1, and I can't expect to show up in month 1 and see massive success. Just like how we tell you guys when you start your business, it takes some time to build credibility, right? So that leads into the 3rd week of the month. So 1 to 7, I'm talking about healthy obsession. 8 to 13, I'm developing a free downloadable, and I'm going to be collecting emails. You might be running a free group. 14 to 21, we are going to launch as a downline. So every single person on this call is welcome to join us. It's called Cash for Christmas. And Mel also gave me this idea. I'm really excited about it. I think it's freaking genius, because basically what she said was, okay, so you ran your masterclass. So now when is your next coaching sneak peek? And I was like looking at the calendar, and I'm like, American Thanksgiving and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I might have to move it to a Monday. So maybe the 21st. And she's like, okay, so what's different about it? Like, you know, you can't do the same masterclass again. That will be in your wheelhouse. Maybe you do that every 3rd time, but like you need to do something different. So what's different? And I was like, no idea. Like I was just like feeling so overwhelmed because she'd thrown so many other things on my plate already, right? So she gave me this idea. It's called Cash for Christmas. And basically the What is Coaching call is going to be an opportunity for women to earn $500 towards Christmas presents. And what we're going to do is really strategically talk them through how to do this. So they're going to enroll as a coach, and we're going to give them a list of links that they can give to their friends and family to enroll. And basically what they're going to be doing is creating a January boot camp. They can create it, like you can create it on behalf of all them and run it yourself, or they can create it. I think that's going to be up to each individual coach. I think for me, I'm probably going to create it. I'm going to say January, you know, some sort of, I think of the name, January boot camp. And then anyone who joins my Cash for Christmas, I'm going to put them in there as a coach admin. Now they're going to use all their affiliate links and enroll people and earn money without really the pressures of starting a business. Because I think honestly, guys, right now, in just as like a pulse in the world, people are struggling financially. And starting a business, doing a whole 10-point training system in the month of December just isn't that realistic, right? People would rather like just sit in their own self-pity than take hard action. However, if we show them a really simple way that they can make some cash for Christmas and have some fun along the way, I think it could be a really good opportunity to get some women in and get them feeling successful. So the very first thing we're going to tell them is your investment's $150. Within the first 3 days, we're going to help you earn your $150 back. Guys, this is network marketing. This is going to be about them building a boot camp for January to work out with their friends and family, keeping it really, really simple. If they don't have any friends and family, this probably isn't for them. Like, I don't know what to say, you know what I mean? But we're going to outline the call. It's going to be a 30-minute opportunity call. It's going to be super income focused and geared to women to help them win earn $500 in the month of December. Now, there is a second piece to this that we are going to run in the coach page, which is called Cash for Christmas. And it's going to be more of a bingo card. And there's going to be different things on the card. And basically, it's going to help you earn $500 for Christmas presents. Because, guys, there's a lot of hobby coaches on this team. There's a lot of seasoned coaches on this team who aren't making money right now. If you are not working your business is not working for you. And I think it's hard to invite somebody to the business opportunity if you don't feel confident in your own business. So what we want to do is track our income in the month of December and reward those coaches that earn $500 in commission. So it's going to be in commission, not team volume, not matching bonuses, retail commission. You working, onboarding clients, earning some extra cash for Christmas. So we're going to loop in our assistant to help us do some tracking. You're going to have to be, you know, looking at your back office every single week and seeing how much money you made in retail commissions. It's going to be really, really fun. Mel Mitro did a $10 Amazon gift card for everyone that won that. I think that's kind of fun. If anybody has a better idea, we're open to it. But honestly, like, even though it's only $10, that's huge. I would like $10. I'm pretty much going to buy all my gifts on Amazon, right? I would love a $10 gift card to pop in there, right? So I think it's really fun and exciting and just something new. And if you are encouraging new people to join this Cash for Christmas opportunity, you do it alongside them. So we can have, I was thinking maybe we would do like a Facebook group or something where it's like, okay, idea of the day, you know, or whatever, like helping them figure out how to. And we're also going to focus on, without those affiliate links, we're going to focus on like Energize. Like, I don't know, I'm just totally guessing, but like you earn $12 off selling an Energize. Like, so sell one and knock off that bingo card. Like you earn, you know, $6 for a box of Beach Bars. Like, you know, so getting a little bit more creative, like it doesn't have to be a total solution pack and a new customer necessarily for you to earn retail commission and make more money to put in your family's pocket this Christmas. One of the things we're really going to talk about on the opportunity call is, for so many coaches, it's the most memorable moment when the first time they're able to like give something to their family. For me, one of the first things I actually used my coaching money for was a trip to Disneyland with my family. And we live close. It's like in California. We didn't go to Disney World. It wasn't thousands of dollars, but I was able to purchase the tickets to get us into the park. And I was so freaking proud of that. So that's the type of thing that we're going to be talking about in those days leading up to the Cash for Christmas promo. So for me on my calendar, I have November 14th to 20th, I'm talking about Cash for Christmas, and I'm going to talk about that Disney story. I'm going to talk about like, how cool would it be for you to put a present under the tree that's a surprise to your spouse? That's a staycation for you guys, the two of you together. How cool would it be to surprise your kid or, you know, with something that you didn't think you were going to be able to buy them that's not really in the budget this year? How cool would it be to not max out your credit card on fucking gifts, right? Those are the conversations we're going to be talking about that week. So look back to, I think that's it. I hope I didn't overwhelm you guys, but here's the moral of the story, and Erin's gonna take over from here. But if we have a 4-week month, break it up. If you feel like you're talking about the same thing all the time, then you are. If you're only waking up and sharing your workout and your food, like, you're white noise. So let's get really intentional about what we're talking about throughout the month. And if you don't see success, you don't have enrollments from whatever you were launching, you move on like a business owner and you focus on the next thing and you have some learning lessons, right? So I hope that this was helpful tonight. Erin is going to take over and do a little bit of action. Oh, I think I took your part too and explained Cash for Christmas.
Yeah, not sure what I'm talking about when you took over the whole call there, sister. But anyways, let's get, like, I hope you guys have some sort of a calendar that you can, if you have the Rise Up Planner, the calendars in that, or even if you're just using your calendar on your phone or you have a calendar, however you calendar, get your calendar out, okay? So like, this is going to be super basic B on how to plan a month. And I think that for a long time now, whether you've been a coach with us for a long time or you're newish, I think we've been really like flying by the seat of our pants and just kind of inviting and maybe planning a group or maybe not, but just kind of like literally just being like figuring it out as we go. And to be honest, I don't think we're doing ourselves any favors by doing that. I think the large majority of us, if not every single person on this call, is a badass, incredibly powerful, strong businesswoman. And we're capable of mapping out a calendar and being a little bit more strategic about this business. Because Courtney's absolutely right. The more the more time you actually spend on planning, the easier it is for your month to just follow through. So some of us have actually even been doing this with our content in the last little while, and it's so much easier. So that's just a hot tip on content. But anyways, get out your calendar, okay? What we're gonna do is I wrote down 3 things that we wanna kind of offer each month, all right? We wanna have some sort of a free something, whatever that is, free, okay? So write down on your Post-it or at the top of your calendar, free, and then we want a group, and then we want some sort of opportunity call. Okay, and the opportunity call is like the coach sneak peek, like some sort of a call that advertises coaching, right? The group is your accountability group, is your community, is starting a new program, is doing something that like normal that we do, starting something new together. That's your your group. And your free, like Courtney talked about, can be a free group. It can be a 3-day sugar detox. It can be here's a free PDF, or it could be here's a list of my favorite podcast. Here's my walking and podcast recommendation. Like, it can be anything. It can be a free day of eating, right? It can be a list of recipes. Guys, there are so many resources out there, not only on our Google Drive, on Kim's stuff, but like, if you need free resources, tap in, okay? Do not be overwhelmed by that. Literally, the beginning of the month, if we're looking to offer these 3 things, don't let the free one freak you out, because that we can come up with at any time, right? So think about, you have your 3 things. We know you can put on the calendar the Cash for Christmas is our opportunity call this month. This is our coach sneak peek. We've been doing it in the Facebook group. Before that, we were doing Zoom calls. This month, our opportunity coach sneak peek call is the Cash for Christmas call. You can write that down, November 21st, okay? Now, if you have a plan already for your group and what your start date is of that group, you can add it in. Healthy Obsession starts next week. I'm also doing that starting on Monday. Maybe you're not interested in that. Maybe that doesn't fit with your target market. Maybe you're looking at 60 minutes and you're like, hella, absolutely no. Maybe you want to do XP Sweat and Sculpt. Maybe you're looking at doing Job 1. This is totally dependent on you, your target market, your niche, what your people want. Okay. So pick what your group is going to be. Maybe it's a gratitude group. Maybe it's a gut program or protocol group. Like whatever you want to do, pick a start date. Okay. At this point, considering the 21st is already taken and it's the 2nd, I would say you're like either the 7th or the 14th would be your start date. Okay. Write that down on your calendar. Now, the next one, whatever's left, is going to be when you're doing your free group. And what I want you to do is, if you can see this, see, I have my group thing. Once you have them, I want you to backdate the 5 or 7 days before that. And that's what you're talking about on social. Rocket science, but it feels massive, right? It feels so basic, be obvious. Why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we doing this all the time, right? Like, I feel like today I'm trying to advertise my new group. I'm trying to advertise new coaching. I'm trying to, like, it's too many things. And if I think it's too many things, I'm sure my people that I'm speaking to are like, it's too much. What do you want me to do? Okay. When we get clear, not only does it help our own social media, it helps our own planning. It limits the time we're spending every day figuring out what the hell we're talking about. And it's so much clearer for the people watching us. Okay. So I just took my highlighters because I'm like a visual person. And I have my thing here and I put the week leading up the same color. So I know the week of the 15th to the 21st, I'm talking about Cash for Christmas. I know the week from the 8th to the 14th, I'm talking about my free offer. Again, I don't even know what that is yet, but I know that I need to figure something out by then. Right now, until next week, I'm talking about my group. And that feels so good, right? And so clear and not so complicated and not so hard, right? And Courtney's right. Come the 8th, if nobody joined my group, that's okay. I know that the following month, maybe I'll get a little bit more proactive. I know the following month I'll have another group. But for then, I'm going to switch over to my free offer and start talking about my free offer because that's my plan and I'm sticking to the plan. So I'm going to start talking about my free offer and how I can start engaging people more in something free, where I'm giving people free value because I feel like they need it. How does this feel? Do people have ideas for what they could do for their group this month? Like maybe everybody in the chat, what's your group going to be this month? And if you don't know, say, I don't know yet, I need ideas. That's super normal. Listen, Courtney's been doing this amazing mentorship with Mel. And after every single call, she calls me and I'm like this. I can't even deal with this conversation. I'm so overwhelmed, right? But we can learn from this so much if we take little bits and have the courage to like try something new. Avoid burnout free group, healthy obsession, sugar detox, me season, love that. Free group, sugar swap, sugar detox, Down syndrome mom group, body, November nutrition focus, modified body block, gratitude focus. Guys, like there's so many ideas. Okay. And if you're not sure about what to do, you got to start talking to some more people in your target market. What are they struggling with right now? What are they going through? What's happening in their life right now? What do you think they would benefit from? What do you think they could use? Like everybody talking about a sugar swap, like maybe those are moms who've just been like eating all the candies, right? I don't know. Try and think about your target market and where they're at and how you can help them. What is some free offer you can give them? Is it moms who are like exhausted with making lunches already? Could you do a like lunch group? You just need to start thinking of some ideas and don't let it stress you. Step challenge in November, which is such a blah month. Good for you. Walking in podcast group. Not sure how to advertise that stuff. Actually join me. But you just need to start getting excited. Like, to be honest, your energy is what sells it. So if you are feeling blah and you are feeling like things are redundant and it's old news and you're over it, then that's what you're projecting. And that's what people are going to soak up, and they're not going to join you. The second you flip the script and find something that you yourself are excited about, your energy changes instantly. So you have to do some work to figure out what you would be excited about right now, what you would want to do, and add it to your frigging calendar and go for it. And use November as a trial month for this new way of having 3 things each month: a group, a freemium, and then our opportunity call. And then come the end of the month, you start thinking about the following month and switching it up and doing something different and fun. But I hope that this is not confusing, not scary for you. One other thing I did add in my group, in my calendar here, is November 10th. We have the chocolate caramel brownie launch, Shakeology, right? That's not something I'm necessarily going to advertise so much on my social, I don't think. I think I'm going to talk about it in my challenge group. I'm going to talk about it with my community. I'm going to talk about it with the women who are already with me. Maybe I'll do some sort of giveaway or a challenge or something to like hype that up. We're also, yeah, Courtney was just right. We're also going to send out an email about it to our whole listing saying, this is coming, stay tuned, you know, but that's something also that's being offered within Beachbody. So add it to your calendar. But I like having this just like heads up calendar on my desk so that I know what I'm talking about is so helpful. So do the same for yourself. Make a plan on what you're actually talking about right now, what you're advertising, what your marketing plan is. It'll be so much easier moving forward, and you'll actually maybe start to feel like a business owner because you have a plan on what you're actually doing. All right, guys, I hope that that was useful.
I was going to overwhelm with one more thing. If there's anybody on here that would like to stay on while I share my screen, love you, try hard. I really think that we should focus on collecting emails. As you transition into doing this, it's really important that you collect emails. And I remember when I was like a new coach, I was just like, what am I even doing with those emails? You know, like, what's the point? Like, I felt really overwhelmed by that. But I'm seeing how seamless it can be. Brad, I'm almost done. Okay. Close my door. Go out and close my door. So I was going to share that if anybody wants to see that, but I think that it can be really easy if you have these 3 things to just set it up really quickly, and then you'll be collecting emails all the time. Doesn't mean you have to send weekly emails, doesn't mean you have to do anything, but you have them when you do want to. So let's go. Also looking for a really comfortable thong, if anybody has advice there. Okay, Flowdesk is a paid service. I think it's $19.99. They might have a free one. I pay for the $19.99 a month one. I think I know MailChimp is free. I like Flowdesk better, but if you're at the point where you're not ready to invest in your business, you do not need to go to MailChimp. It's absolutely free. I just really like the way this one is laid out, and $19 as a business write-off for me is worth it. So this is my emails. If I go up here, it has emails, forums, workflows, audience, and checkouts. I don't use checkouts because I don't use this as a sales tool. So I use these 4. The very first thing I would do is if I was going to set up a new group, I would go to my audience. I would go over to segments here, and I would create a new segment. So just like I did today, I created this healthy obsession segment. And the only thing you have to do to create a new segment is literally just do that. That's it. It's done. Okay. So I've created this segment called test. The next thing I would do is go over to forums, and you can create a new form, or sometimes I just like to be a little bit lazy and I like to just go to an old one and select duplicate and edit. but since you guys will be starting from scratch, you'll want to just click new form. Then you want to choose full page, because this pop-up thing is for people that are like embedding it into a website. So whatever, they have all these different templates. You can just choose one. You can fully customize it. And right here it says choose a segment. So I'm going to choose my test segment. So anybody that fills out this form is automatically going to go into that test segment. Okay. So I'm not actually going to design this, but you can, you know, fiddle around with it. I'm not a pro at this. That's why I like to edit my existing ones, but I'm sure there's a great YouTube video teaching you how to use this tool. I just want to show you how simple it is to set up. You just, you know, customize it and then hit publish. So once it's published, if I go back to my audience, so sorry, for forms, I had that one for my masterclass that was this one right here, right? So now if I go back to my audience, anyone that filled out that form got put into this Coach Curious segment here. So I can now see absolutely everybody that filled out the form. I can see if they filled out something with me before too, which also gives me a really good snapshot of who these people are. I can look people up or whatever. I can also, when I go to create an email, just send it directly to that segment of people. If you're, you know, a seasoned coach and you're wanting to start sending newsletters, you can just send it to everyone. So now anyone that, you know, over the course of these months where you're going to start to really like get serious about a marketing plan, even if you only have like, you know, 1 or 2 people that opt in, it doesn't matter. They're still going to go into all subscribers and they're still a part of your email list. So that when you are launching something like Brownie Shakeology or a new program and you want to send an email out to everybody, they're on your list. They've opted in at some point and you can, you know, add them to your list. But you could also use it with these segments to just be emailing those specific people. More sort of, so that's sort of like the basic B way to use this. The workflows I really like, but you know, it would take just a sec to figure out. So let's see this one. So this is my Healthy Obsession workflow. And basically what that means is the second someone opts into that form, they're going to automatically get this email. Get ready to feel your best, blah, blah, blah. I have some buttons in there and that's it. Workflows are generally for like, you know, then delay 2 days and send this email. But I'm just really using a basic function at this point, and I just want them to get an email right away when they submit that form, because I don't want to have to worry about like checking my email and sending them something, right? So this email I just did, I set it up so that they get it right away. And I asked them for a little bit more info because I know that there's going to be people signing up for this form from all different, some are existing clients, some are new, some are you guys because you don't get it, like, you know, all the things. So I'm saying here, do you currently have access to body? What's your primary goal? Am I already your Beachbody coach? And then for existing clients, they can just join my bod group right there. So I'm going to publish that workflow so that people automatically get that email, and then that's it. Honestly, for me, guys, this is a big game changer. Every segment you create is going to go into all subscribers, and then that's where I'm doing my weekly emails every week. That's it. Does anyone have any questions on that?
I have a question, Court, about your sending out your mail list. Like, how do you navigate that fine line of like giving them all the information and all the stuff that you would offer from your coaching just to like your email list versus like the people that actually have joined you?
I don't really care if random people get my free meal plan. If I can add some value to them, I'm happy to do it, you know? However, I do have them segmented by customers. So if you go into your back office, you can pull a report of all your customers and upload it into Flowdesk. And with that upload, you'll create a segment that's called customers. And then you can have it like as a part of your workflow that on the last day of every month, you go in and you pull that report and you update your Flowdesk. Another way you could do it is I have in my welcome email to customers, like join my mailing list here, just so that they don't have to wait till the end of the month when I do that pull to update, you know? But yeah, like if you need just like someone joins the thing and now they're getting all my emails, like I'm good with that. You know, like what are they really getting?
You can also segment them off so that you have your listings of your customers, you have your listings of your prospects, you have your listing of your coaches, and then email the people appropriately that you want. I think we're of the opinion that like more value sent is better, you know, and then ultimately they have the ongoing consistent accountability and value from you on a regular basis when they join your group. But if you're emailing them out once a month or even once every week or 2 weeks, they're getting kind of like a sneak peek into what it's like to work with you.
What's also really cool is that you can see who opened the emails and you can see who clicked on the different things within your email. So like I can see who clicked on the YouTube video I sent out this morning, right? So that's really helpful for me to then go and do my follow-ups, because it's like, oh, I didn't get your email. Like, really, Karen? Because I saw you clicked on that. So yeah, I think that for anybody that's like, just take it one segment at a time. You have your group launching, set up one form for the group, and your group's in 6 days. Like even if you get 4 people just fill out that form out of curiosity, then you're just rolling, you know? Anybody else have any questions about anything? All right. We're super excited about Cash for Christmas. More stuff coming on that. We were just working on graphics today and all that good stuff. So we will share that with you soon. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. Maybe I will do a post in the coach group tonight, just saying like, what's your November marketing plan? And I would love to see you say like November 1 to 7, November 8 to 13, November 14 to 21. Like, get a plan, stick to it. Bye, guys.